Hey, it's Jang here from Ultimate RC and RCmania.com, the place for toy grade RC reviews. This is the video to accompany my review of the NKOK, that's NKOK, Halo RC Falcon. The Falcon is a craft that first showed up in Halo Reach for the Xbox 360. Now you can get all of the finer details about this craft in the review at RCmania.com, so I'm just going to give you a really quick overview and then focus on flight. It is a two-channel aircraft with a plastic body on top and then foam underneath. They did nicely with details, especially given the price and how light they had to make it. It basically flies like a helicopter. It has two twin rotor helicopter pods on the sides of its wings. You control the up and down motion on the controller on the left stick, and on the right stick you've got left and right turning. There's no forward and backward control. It does have two trims. This one here, rotor trim, is to adjust your roll left to right. That's the relative speeds of the two helicopter pods. And then it has steering trim on the right, which is to make sure that it doesn't always turn to the right or to the left, and it'll just go straight. Now, also built into this controller is a charging port for the Falcon RC itself. It's hidden behind this door. You just take this and plug it directly into the helicopter and it'll charge it right on up. If you don't want to waste your batteries in your controller, you've also got a USB adapter that can be used to charge it, and that's included for free. One thing I don't like about this controller is the on-off switch. It doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to push it extra hard forward to get it to actually click on because it's a little bit flexible under there. Sometimes no matter how hard you push it, it just won't go. You actually need to stick something in there and push it from the bottom. Now, successfully flying the RC Falcon takes a little bit of practice at first. Actually, the very first thing that it takes is trimming it out. You first take off, it's probably going to spin a little bit, it'll probably lean to one side, and you need to focus on trimming just one thing at a time. If it's leaning off to one side, you need to focus on that rotor trim, and once you've got that so that it's just pretty much hovering in one place and not traveling away from you, then you can adjust the steering trim to make sure that it's not spinning in one place. After that, the next thing to get used to is the throttle control. It's a little bit twitchy, it's a little bit sensitive. There's a little bit of a dead area towards the bottom, and then all of a sudden it'll just kick in and give you a ton of throttle and want to go straight up to the ceiling. So your first few flights, you will want to focus on not steering it too much, just get that up and down control to be comfortable for you. Make sure that you find that range that it really likes to be flown in, and then once you get that, focus on the steering. Steering also is a little bit wonky. It has so much of a tendency to try to stabilize itself and keep itself from turning or from moving in any direction, that if you try to steer too hard or too quickly, it'll start to fight itself. It'll start to wave back and forth as the multiple rotors and multiple balance bars or fly bars on those rotors are actually trying to keep you going straight and keep you completely stable. So you have to steer very slowly, but once you get it all down, once you get it all figured out, it flies very, very nice and smoothly. You can actually fly it without having your hands on the controller for a little bit. Just kind of balance the throttle where it needs to be and just follow it around. It's always going to move forward very slowly, just a little bit. That's just built in because it doesn't have controls on the controller to go forward or reverse. What I'm doing right here is just showing you how fast it will spin in one place. You saw one point where it actually kind of fell out of the sky. That's because this is an infrared controller. You actually have to point directly at the craft. Also, you do have to fly it indoors because the sun tosses around too many infrared rays and would just confuse the poor little controller on there. But once you get it trimmed, once you've gotten the controls figured out, you're comfortable with them, and you're patient and slow moving with the controls, it flies just great, very smooth, no panic to it, very safe. For more details and more of my thoughts on the NKOK RC Halo Falcon, be sure to check out the full written review at RCmania.com. Thanks for watching. I'm just going to go ahead and let this play out until it lands and runs out of battery, and I'll talk to you again very soon.